Davis says he got word on Monday that the team is going in a different direction. He made the announcement tonight in a nearly 2.5-minute video on Twitter. Here's a portion of that video.
I just wanted to thank the Carolina Panthers organization. I want to thank my teammates, man. You guys have been amazing for 14 very special years that I will always remember. I'll always cherish. I want to thank you guys for those. To Panther Nation, I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support that you've shown me and my family over the years. We can't thank you enough. As you can see, this is extremely tough for me. I've loved and cherished every moment that we've had in Carolina. Carolina's going to always be home for me and my family, but I'm not retiring. I feel like I have way too much football left in me to walk away from the game right now, so I want to keep playing. I'm going to keep playing. Hopefully someone's going to give me that opportunity. But Panther Nation, just know that in no way did I ever imagine putting on another uniform. Still to this day don't want to do it, but I want to play football.
TD has played for the Panthers his whole career. Carolina drafted him in the first round in 2005. Between 2009 and 2011, Davis overcame 3 torn ACLs in the same knee, becoming the first NFL player to do so. Over the next 4 seasons, Davis would miss only 2 games. He would average over 100 tackles a season and was named first-team All-Pro in 2015. That year, the Panthers went to Super Bowl 50. TD broke his arm during the NFC Championship game, as you remember. He vowed to play in the Super Bowl and recorded 7 tackles. Thomas's wife, Kelli, is here tonight, along with WCCB Charlotte sports anchor Kelli Bartic, Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona Show on 107.9 The Link, and comedian and radio host Tonex. Kel, stinks.
Wonderful night for me to be at work.
I know.
Yes. Way to take it, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to face it, right?
This is life. Like, this is a part of the business. It's a part of the NFL. You know, you have a lot of people that want him gone, so they got their wish.
There are a lot of people who don't want him gone.
I understand that, but they have no control over the situation.
Right. And Thomas had talked about, I want to play with this team. I will do anything, basically, to stay with this team. Why not just put him in a reduced role? I mean, was that discussed at all?
I'm not sure what exactly was discussed. I don't believe that was discussed. I don't feel like, you know, there was a lot discussed. Thomas respected their decision. He appreciates the time that he's had in Carolina. He appreciates them signing him, giving him the chance to play those years, but he's not ready to be done. This is what he's discussed with us as a family, and so he's going to see what happens come free agency time in March.
Yeah, so and I was doing some research on this. In 2014, actually, he told Jonathan Jones, when he was working for The Observer, he said, I don't want to go, I don't want to play anywhere else except the Panthers. I'll retire before I play somewhere else. And obviously, people change and things evolve. And he's saying, especially after last season, with the things that I'm sure he wants to correct on the field. It's understandable.
And not only that, like, you change your mind. Sometimes you make hasty decisions on things. Like, he even said, you know, he was going to retire. This was going to be his last year. And he thought about it. He's 35. A lot of people say that's old, but they have to remember that Thomas saved and preserved his body by being out those 3 years of having those ACL injuries. So he, you know, even coming in as a reduced role or playing backup, you know, just to teach leadership or whatever to somebody else. I mean, he recorded more tackles this season after missing 4 games than he did last season, and he made the Pro Bowl last year. So,
and he was supposed to come in this season on a limited role.
And he played 100% of the snaps.
He played every snap. So.
But you have to respect, you know, their decision, and we keep it moving. That's what we do.
So people, one of the things I saw on Twitter from fans, first of all, I mean, I think it's fair to say the vast majority of people are really bummed to hear this news. They were talking about whether you all are going to have to uproot. What's the plan if Thomas goes to play for, let's just say, the Saints or whatever?
We have 4 kids. One is a freshman in high school. One is a senior in high school, and that's because she's graduating early. We're not going anywhere. This is going to be home. You know, we'll go back and forth. We travel all the time anyway. We have kids playing AAU, playing volleyball, competition cheer. We're used to it. We go. You know, wherever he goes, we're going to go with him and watch the games and come back and go to school and do what we have to do.
Yeah, do the long distance thing during the season.
Yeah, we're fine with it.
I'm trying to take off my personal, you know, relationship hat, but it's hard because I know what he brings to this team. Even the 4 games he wasn't here this season. I mean, the defense was kind of, you know, the new coaches and everything. Thomas came back. I heard players say they needed him in that locker room, in that huddle, to keep people in check, because that's what he does. He's more than just a beast out on the field. I mean, this guy is a leader. He's a motivator. He's a captain. I mean, it's hard. It would be hard, easy for me to see where they were coming from if he was playing at a low level. But he's out there still fast, still a hitter.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's what's hard about the decision. I understand, but you know,
at some point you gotta like, you know, break away and I guess give the young guys a chance to see what they can do when he's not out there.
Yeah, but that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
They know how I feel about the whole thing. I stopped watching the NFL 2 seasons ago, and I just told Kelly, I know if I was thinking about making a comeback to watch it, that's gone now, because I understand the philosophy. There's no personal in business. We get that, but there's a way to conduct business. I saw it with Steve Smith.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, wow. Loyalty and longevity has its place, but it seems like when it comes to business negotiations and sports, we live in a what have you done for me lately society. Every team wants to win now. And so what you're talking about is a different respect level when it comes to business between owners and players. So, I mean, yeah, I get it, but I don't have to understand it. And I don't have to be like, yeah, that's cool, and I understand the business, because you mean to tell me, just like Kelly said, he was supposed to have a reduced role. You mean to tell me you can't find a role, a fitting role for Thomas Davis to do for these Carolina Panthers?
I think he's earned the right to go out on his own terms. Yeah. That's what I think.
And that's exactly what he's going to do.
Joe Montana played for another team. Johnny Unitas played for another team. We can get up Deion Sanders played for another. There's been a long list of Hall of Famers who were released.
It's very rare.
It happens. There's quite a few that played for other teams.
No, it's rare that you play your whole career.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's what Thomas is the rarity in this. So it's, I don't think it's, you know, like you said, this is the outlier. Yeah. Where even great players end up in another town. Now, Buffalo seems the obvious location.
No.
The Panthers North.
Yes, Panthers North.
Yeah.
Does he have any complaints about how the decision was relayed to him?
He hasn't really talked about it. You know, he just keeps saying, I have to respect their decision. This is what they want to do, and they want to see what the young guys can do.
Did they call him into the stadium? Do they call you on the phone?
He goes to the stadium anyway, every day, and he could still go now if he wanted to, because, you know, Thomas is no days off. He'll go work out or, you know, go get in the steam room, sauna, whatever his things. So he was going anyway to the stadium, and I think that's when they told him when he was going anyway on Monday.
So his locker is cleared out?
Yep.
I mean, it's not that he's going to be in, if he wants to be, in the Panther Hall of Fame, the Ring of Honor. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So
and being clear, like, nobody told him, go clean your locker out. It's not like, oh, he got cut. It's just that he was informed he would not be getting a new contract. So everybody knows, like, how it went down. So it's not like nobody told him, hey, go clean your locker. He could have left his stuff sitting there until March if he wanted to.
And they didn't negotiate. They didn't negotiate, right?
No, it's not. It was just he was informed that they're not going to
parting ways.
Yeah, they're not going to sign him, you know, a new contract.
Is there? I know we got to wrap this portion up. Is there a team that you, just as Kelli Davis, would like to see him go to?
I don't care. I really don't know. Of course, there's probably a couple that I'd be like, that'll be okay, but I don't. It doesn't. You know, as long as he feels good, his body, his health is 100% the most important thing to me. If he feels good and he feels like he can still play, I don't care where it is. Then we're gonna rock with him.
Just one more thing, just to be a homer again, and I don't even think it's a homer. I think this is just a fact that he is the epitome of the keep pounding motto. If there's any player on that team right now. He needs a statue one day outside the stadium. He is everything you would want your player to be.
Yeah. Thank you.
On the field and in the community.
He's the one of the kind of NFL player you don't hear about as much as you hear about.
We love Thomas. Thomas is fantastic.
I know.
You're pretty fantastic too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And wherever Thomas goes, we're going to be watching.
That Fresh Prince
Y'all like my
fantastic
shirt?
too.
It is.
There's more ads on the way.